Hey everybody, welcome to my show. I'm going to have a look at the band Christopher. Can't find any live footage for them. They're a psychedelic prog band from Houston, not Austin, Texas, performed in 1968. Their lone album has become a highly sought collectible. There was a repressing on vinyl and CD. Richard Avitz on guitar, Leon Rudnicki on bass, and Doug Tull on drums, originally known as Union Gas. The name change occurred upon signing with Metro Media to avoid confusion with the band Pacific Gas and Electric. The band agreed to change to Christopher for the album, but still played live as Union Gas. Doug Walden replaced Rudnicki, and the new name reflected their spiritual nature, inspired by Saint Christopher, a martyr killed by the Romans in the 3rd century. He is the patron saint of travelers. Not everything was flowers and birds with the band, which accounts for there being only one album. Doug Tull was fired for drug abuse. The album had to be completed by session artists. Tull formed a new band named Josephus. Without success, he took his own life. Spirituality is not always a remedy for depression. Seems like it would or could be. Here's the tracks. 1, Dark Road. So far, so good. But reminiscent of All Along the Watchtower a little bit. Or maybe a little more than a little bit. 2, Magic Circles. Flautism. I believe that's what you're hearing now. It sure ain't Ian Anderson or Manfred Mann or that traffic guy Jim Capaldi or the guy in Jefferson Airplane. Oh, okay. It wasn't flute on Today. It was recorder. And it wasn't a guy. It was Grace Slick. 3, Wilbur Light. This isn't Jesus rock. For that I say amen. I could see why this album is revered as 60s memorabilia. It's really pretty decent. For In Your Time, these guys are better than Strawberry Alarm Clock, but not as good as the Turtles. Somewhere in between. And this is the best track. That's In Your Time. Maybe we'll get to it. 5, Beautiful Lady. Subdued, nearly mellow. Looking for love. Have you checked the Christian dating sites? 6, Lies. Moody, proggy, a complaint about passionless love, a parable. Where did they go? Back to Jerusalem. Oh, okay. 7, Disaster. Sounds like Yorma and the Airplane. If you add Grace Slick's background vocals, you could play Woodstock, you guys. Got that dire sound. 8, The Wind. This is not a Circus Maximus cover, but it would have been cool if it was. 9, Queen Mary. Fire on the ocean liner, like our world burning with sun. I guess you can save yourself, and that's refreshing. If you're going to save someone. 10. Burns Decision. This is not a bad album all in all. It's a lack of schmaltz, which you often find in the 60s. A 60s trait that so many hippie bands from the decade had, and there's no overt Jesus references, but you know it's covert, and that's okay. I think that a lot of people who are Christian, they deserve our protection and compassion for their beliefs, because this is the United States of America, and that's where you can believe whatever you want to believe. It doesn't matter if it's far-fetched. Believe me, if you look further than Christianity, you'll find much more far-fetched stuff that people believe in nowadays. Much worse. And generally, Christians stay out of trouble. Not these guys, though. I guess they had a drug problem. Sometimes Christianity doesn't help with that. That's what happened to me, folks. I became a Jesus freak, but I still used. That was a very strange time of my life. A long time ago. It's possible that I remember something like, "Dear God, I pray that someday I'll get healthy," meaning, free from drugs. And it happened. It happened. And that's the one thing no one can take away from me.